HSN, or maybe you're new to this, Andrew Lessman, for 4 decades now, has been a leader, a trusted source in the world of vitamins and supplements because he brings us the purest form of them. No additives, no artificial colors. It's only the finest ingredients, all created in his own state-of-the-art, 100% solar-powered facility in Henderson, Nevada. They are the most beautiful supplements you can get, and what he does every month is a monthly special. We're wrapping up September now. We're coming to the end of the month, so we're gonna take a moment and walk you through what we have available for the month of September, and it's all about supporting the health of your eyes, your brain, your cardiovascular system. We're really gonna get you covered, and I am really honored to have Andrew joining us live on the phone right now to walk us through them. So Andrew, hi, happy Friday. Welcome into Lunch Rush.
Thanks so much, Michelle. A pleasure to join you.
I'm really happy to have you. We're gonna actually start with your Maximum Omega3 because this is really gonna help us tackle the health and function of the heart and the brain. And maybe you can walk us through who needs omegas and why.
Well, we all do. By their very definition, they are essential to our health, meaning our body can't make these specific fatty acids. So either we're getting them from our diet or we're going to be suffering the consequences. Unfortunately, the typical American diet isn't rich in fatty fish and oily fish, so we don't have a significant source in the typical American diet of these omega-3s, and it's not as though I'm inventing I invented their importance. This is part of our very blueprint, as I always like to say, sort of Mother Nature, our God-given blueprint, that we require these essential fatty acids. 2/3 of the weight of our brain are these omega-3 fatty acids. In fact, DHA, what we focus on, that's what your brain requires, the retina of your eye requires. It's, as we all know, it's essential for cardiovascular health. So I wish I could say that everyone was getting them in their diet and we really didn't need to contemplate them for supplementation, but that flies in the face. The science contradicts that. We really need to think about them seriously.
Well, and the beauty of the ones that you bring us are that they're also easy to swallow, they're easy on your stomach, they don't have a fishy aftertaste. I mean, this is why they have accumulated 3,000 and counting perfect 5-star reviews. And what we're offering today for everyone at home to know, you have your choice of the 30 capsule, 60 capsules, 180, or 360. And because it's part of our September special savings, you can see here the value of what you're getting. For instance, with the 30 capsules, that's a savings of $8, up to the best value we can offer, the 360 capsule, typically a $159 value. You can get it right now for $89.90, and that's a savings of $70. So, you know, as you're watching and you're deciding which ones you want, we'd love to turn to you, Andrew, for a little bit of education on your specific formulas and what you bring to us.
Well, and just speaking to price, we only do a Today Special on our omega-3s once a year, and that won't be until probably the spring of 2020.
Oh, wow.
So this will be the best price until the spring of 2020. So it's the best opportunity to save. Our monthly special is other than our Today Special. And what we do differently, and you sort of simply stated it, Michelle, you said, we just make them easy. We just make them better. And I mean, objectively better, not something where you think if something's smaller and easier to swallow, that's objectively, everyone would agree, that's better.
That's right.
If you make a fishy aftertaste go away, you totally eliminate it, that's better. If most omega-3s use a synthetic industrial form, but mine uses a natural form that imitates what's found in fish, exactly as what's found in fish or in our own bodies, I think you'd say that's better. And so we just go down the list of features that make this unique from the unfortunate omega-3s you see in stores, which are basically made by contract manufacturers, enormous capsules, hard to swallow, fishy aftertaste, upset stomach, typically a synthetic form of omega-3s. So we're just very, very different. And despite all the differences, we're still incredibly affordable because you only need to take a single capsule a day. That gives you a full 500 milligrams of omega-3s. Plus, we We focus on the most important, whereas the other products focus on the less important. They focus on EPA. We give you both, but we focus on DHA, which costs more to do, but it's what your brain is made of, what your retina is made of, what your heart requires. So it's just simply a superior product. I think if everyone read the science on omega-3s and DHA, you'd end up with a product like this, not like the products you see in supermarkets or discount stores.
Well, and in terms of the science and the research, what are the types of benefits that research has supported having a diet high in omega-3s will bring us?
Great question. What's interesting is you could almost see how, if you watched my shows on television from 25 years ago, you could watch how the science has evolved. Back then, we really focused on all the cardiovascular benefits, the heart health benefits, and today we get to focus on not just that, but the research talks about the benefit to the brain, the benefit to the long-term health of the brain, the benefit even to mood and things like that, which isn't surprising when you realize that 2/3 of the structure of the brain are these essential fatty acids. So you can't have structure be so dependent on something without function being dependent on it as well. And the same with our eyes, the health of our eyes, the retina, the macular region of our eye. That's as high as omega-3s and DHA, the most important omega-3 is in the brain. It's even higher in the macular region of the retina of our eye. So structure always follows function, and DHA and omega-3s are vital to the structure of our most important organs.
And to Andrew's point, we are coming to the end of September. The monthly special is the next best thing you can get aside from a Today special. And this one in particular, we won't see again until spring of next year. So it is the time to go ahead and stock up. If you want to look on the website, read the reviews on this. I've got to say, 3,000 perfect 5-star reviews. There's something going right with this. And a lot of them are about the way that you feel, how easy they are to take, no upset stomach, no fishy aftertaste. So the value's there, the quality is absolutely there. It's your choice of 30, 60, 180, or 360 capsules. You can see the savings that you're getting on your screen, but it's anywhere from $8 up to $70 savings if you're picking up the 360 capsules. Free shipping right now as well, and FlexPay is available. Now, Andrew, before we move on to eye health, I wanted to take the opportunity to show everyone